What would you do if you were forced into an arranged marriage to the mermaid princess of the sea in order to fund your dream engineering project for beach ball Elon Musk? That's what the film ChaO seeks to answer. Knowing nothing about this one going in, the film immediately blindsided me with its highly creative tone and visuals. Indeed, the film is quite interested in world building and metaphorical storytelling. There's a bunch of strange looking characters that fill up the background, and a lot of them have bobbleheads or are like 2 feet tall. There's this one guy just walking around in a diaper, so that's neat, I guess. Story-wise, the film was a blast. It's a frame tale about a man named Stefan, a run-of-the-mill corporate slave who has dreams of funding an engineering project that will revolutionize sea travel. See, in the world of ChaO, things are complicated between the human race and the sea-dwelling mermen, as concerns about safety arise with the growing use of harmful methods of sailing by the humans. But, as fate would have it, Stefan has ambitions to create a new method of propulsion that would prove efficient and safe for all life forms. And thus his goal becomes clear: get funding for this project by whatever means necessary. Unfortunately for him, the aforementioned Egg Musk is not too enthralled with the idea. That is, until fate shines down upon our protagonist once more, through a chance encounter with the Princess of the Sea, ChaO. She falls head over heels for Stefan, and in nearly an instant, his life turns upside down as he navigates his relationship with a strange new fish bride. The film tackles themes of culture shock, the strain that being in what is essentially an arranged marriage looks like, and what happens when success in your career is the only motivating factor behind you and your mermaid bride-to-be staying together. These themes, while not entirely new, do play an important part in shaping the narrative, and feel pretty well explored. As previously stated, the film uses metaphor a lot to further the story as well, and nowhere is that more clear than the relationship between the protagonist and his titular mermaid wife. Through their relationship, the idea of loving someone for who they are is communicated very clearly, almost to a fault. It's honestly a bit too on the nose. It doesn't really parallel in a one-to-one way, as I'm sure the director would have liked, but nonetheless, it gets the point across to the viewer. And while the deeper character moments are important to the overall plot, it would be dishonest to say that the film didn't enthrall me from start to finish. Indeed, through the animation and the larger-than-life premise, there's more than enough meat on the bones of this film to justify its breezy 90-minute runtime. Speaking of the animation, this movie is breathtaking to look at. Some viewers will definitely have an issue with the art style and its bizarreness, to put it lightly, but if you can stomach it, the movie is fantastic. As an aside, I can't be the only one that preferred ChaO's fish form to her human form, right? Like, obviously it makes sense in the story why she needs to have this transformation, but it's also very fun seeing this giant awkward fish girl walking around, and I wish we got to see even more of that. In fact, it almost feels like ChaO is an entirely different person after a certain point in the film, but honestly, it's not a major issue. What's more important and impressive is just how expressive the characters are in the film, and how truly lively the film is. The world building in this one gives off big Zootopia vibes, and indeed, it's interesting to compare the two films from that perspective, especially since they inadvertently share some overlap in their respective ideas when it comes to their city's infrastructure. There's actually a few films that this movie would make an excellent double feature for. The aforementioned Zootopia, Ponyo, and, if you're brave enough, even The Shape of Water. That's a pairing I'd love to dissect in the future. In terms of further criticism though, the film is a bit contrived for its own good. The way the story is structured is kind of awkward at times, and uses this to its advantage to sleight of hand the viewer into buying into its somewhat illogical nature. No spoilers, but the MC should maybe have his brain scanned or something. But this is a film that expects you to go with the flow, and that's fair enough. I can suspend my disbelief to have a good time. That's the scoop though. See this one if you can still find it in theaters, otherwise it'll probably be rentable on Amazon at the very least. Ultimately, it's absolutely worth a watch, and since it seems to be falling under the radar due in no small part to the popularity of other popular animated films, I'd recommend seeing it sooner rather than later. With that said, this film gets a final score of 7 out of 10. I liked it.